Studio City, California, you're listening to The Second Column with Joe, Mike, Carlos, and Sean.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Second Column podcast. I'm joined today by Mike and Carlos. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hello, everybody.
Hi. All right. So we're doing something different today. I wrote a column this week that, while it's an exceptional column, and I highly recommend everybody read it.
Amazing.
It's not the best topic for a podcast. Now, I urge you all to read the column. It's a parody of the way that columnists write, but it's really insidery writer type thing. And as much as I'd like to have us all talk about George Will and Maureen Dowd and Richard Cohen and all the great columnists that I read every day.
Eli Stone.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's a columnist, but
no, maybe.
I called an audible and I said, let's do something different and fun this week. So we're going to do a feature I've always wanted to do. And I just think this would be a great idea for a podcast overall.
Yeah.
It's a little something that I thought of called, wait for it, Small Towns, Big Headlines. Yeah. So what I've done...
Some response.
Well, thank you. What I've done...
I love it, though.
I paused for the effect that Mike put in.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've randomly selected 3 newspaper stories, editorials, or letters to the editor from all over the country from small papers. Carlos, Mike, and I are going to have a roundtable discussion.
Well, we're not all here.
Right. So we don't have Sean this week, so it's going to be me, Mike, and Carlos.
Just a half round, I guess.
We'll have a roundtable discussion about these very important issues. These are issues that affect everyday Americans, more so than any presidential elections, more so than what's going on overseas. These are things that happen in people's backyards that matter, that make the front page or the opinion page of the newspaper.
Right.
So I randomly selected these 3 different stories, and we're gonna talk about them. So I will provide links on my website to all these stories so you can read them in full. The first one is a piece by a man named Jeff Russell from the Grass Valley Union of California. It's Western Nevada County.
Wow.
In case you know where that
all right.
is.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Okay. Jeff wrote an article. Dogs deserve a place to run free. Now, at first, who can argue with that, right? Dogs deserve a place to run free. I'll tell you who. Me. Let me read on.
Oh.
Like many people in our community, I have 2 great dogs. First of all, nobody ever says they have a bad dog or a shitty dog. There's lots of crappy dogs out there, but you never hear somebody go, oh yeah, I've got 1 great dog and 1 real piece of shit dog.
Yeah.
1 dog I just shouldn't have been born. No, everyone's got great dogs.
Well, Michael Vick.
Yeah. No, that's a different kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he writes, they need to run on a daily basis or they get cranky. The dogs get cranky.
Hey,
Come on, what?
Well, it could be like human
what?
lives.
I'm taking issue with this guy already.
Cats could get cranky.
Okay, so there are very few places around Grass Valley proper where I can let them run. There's no fenced area close in to Grass Valley to let your dog run free. So this gentleman has written in support of letting the dogs run free in Grass Valley, and Mike happens to support this whole entire notion.
Yeah, it's a dog park, I mean, I think dogs can get cranky, and if they actually have a dog park, they'll have less dogs shitting all over people's yards because they're pissed.
And you say angry dogs take retribution at the lack of freedom by pooping on people's yards.
Yeah, you think they piss on a fire hydrant for any apparent reason other than they're pissed?
Well, usually they pee on a fire hydrant to mark their territory so other dogs can find where they are.
Marking territory is a very warlike act. If you have happy dogs,
it's also very social. It's also very very social act. Now, here's where I take issue, Mike, and as a pro dog park, you can definitely have at this, but he wants a place where dogs can run free. How can you run free with a fence around you? If you want to run free, it means you can run without border and just keep running and running and running and running and running. That's true freedom.
Yeah, but then you'd lose your dog.
Well, it sounds like you had a problem with your dog to begin with, if the dog doesn't come back.
Well, no, I mean, you have to keep them, within a certain area, You can go hiking in any particular area, but you don't want to walk into a bear-ridden territory, so you might want to see some signs that tell you not to go into that area.
All right, I've heard all this from the pro dog park, cabal for the last couple of years. And frankly, I'm tired of it because I happen to think, and I could be wrong, but dogs should not be enslaved to the tyranny of fences. The tyranny of fences.
Well, I don't think a dog knows that. I mean, he's used to being on a leash.
Nah, when a dog runs into a fence, it knows it's running into a fence.
Yeah, but he'll forget in 5 minutes, where the boundaries of the fence are, and he'll just run to all 4 corners. By the time he gets back to the first corner, dogs have very short-term memories. They won't remember that there was a fence there.
So they'll just keep. So, and you're saying also they would just keep running forever because they would never remember to come back.
Right.
See, I don't underestimate the dog
No.
like Mike does.
Well, I don't know. I'm more of a cat person myself.
Well, see, that's why you haven't really put in your opinion yet on this.
No, I don't really. I mean, I guess the dog park would be good. I do agree. Yeah, you wouldn't be shitting, or stepping on shit that much.
In the dog park, you would.
Yeah, in the dog
Yeah,
park.
but if you go to the dog park.
Let me tell you how
Right.
ridiculous his argument is, because here's the fourth paragraph, and this makes no sense. Okay, I'm outraged. I can't believe this.
Right.
People who like dogs but don't own one can go to the park, play with the dogs, and then simply go home. No dog to feed or care for. We have such great terrain possibilities in our community, and yet people still have to drive great distances to visit a dog park. This guy is saying you don't have to own a dog. You can just go to the park and pet one.
And enjoy, yeah. It's like, if
Isn't that a little creepy if
No.
some stranger's talking your dog and he didn't bring his own dog?
No. It's like, some people work day jobs where they have to take care of kids.
Right.
And they enjoy kids, but they don't, at the end of the day, have to take those kids home.
But they don't have to go to. But people don't go into a kindergarten though. It's not like Kid World or something. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, I don't know.
But some people, maybe they're allergic to dogs,
Yeah.
but they like dogs anyway. So they can go watch the dogs from a distance, get their dog filled, and then leave without getting the allergies.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of like it's like pedophilia with dogs.
Yeah.
Where some strange guy in a coat comes up to your dog and starts to pet it, and you're like, dude in a coat, why are you touching my dog? And he's like, I don't have a dog.
What
This is my
about
dog."
what about hot chick in a bikini?
Hot chick in a bikini works fine, but she's not going to go to a dog park. Hot chick in a bikini is at the hot chick park,
Our beach.
and this city has 4 hot chick parks, by the way,
Yeah.
which. And kudos to Grass
really?
Valley.
Oh.
Yes. So they have, and
How
that's
about a dog park and casino?
it would be
Because
great.
Nevada, right? I mean, they could.
Well, it's actually in California. This is like across the
but
border.
but
But a dog park and casino is interesting because dogs do like to play poker, according to a lot of paintings.
Oh
I've seen.
yeah, I've seen that painting before.
So you bring up an excellent point. But again, do you see a fence in that room? Those dogs could just run.
no,
in any direction.
Yeah,
In the picture, they were in a room smaller than the one we're in.
Well, but on the side that the artist was in, that could extend infinitely outward. So you have no idea where the artist has set up his canvas. There
I think it was a library.
could be a lot of
It
room.
looked like a basement, I think.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
those dogs could have a total shot just towards running outside, and
They
that's
seem-
why they felt calm enough to
But
play.
they were calm enough to play. I think that was
Yeah.
that must have been a good
I
environment.
mean,
for them.
dogs that are in a dog park are completely wound up. You could not get them to sit down and play a game of
Oh,
poker.
No
way. No
Yeah,
way.
That's true.
No way. So those were very relaxed, happy dogs.
How about
You know why?
Oh.
Because they just came from a dog park.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
What is that? Where they got their
No.
cigars? Is that where they got their brandy at
Look,
the dog
maybe there's
park?
a local convenience store. Hey, good for business, right?
No.
Stop and take your dog and stop and get some cigars.
Have you ever? Well, you guys have had dogs, right? I've seen
Yeah.
a dog.
Oh, yeah.
I never owned a dog, but I remember one
Well, no
time
one can
wa-
own a dog.
What do you mean?
A dog just is, and you take care of it for a while, but you don't actually own.
But
a dog.
aren't you the master?
Well,
I mean, you're feeding.
You could
dogs
tell
like
it.
that-
You could try to tell it to do something, but it won't do it.
Well, there's plenty of dogs that have been trained. I've seen them on TV,
Yeah.
in movies.
You could train a dog, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
just saying.
the way you train them is to give them treats. So
yeah, I'm just saying, like
you have to give them a treat after they do the trick.
a
otherwise
dog
they'll
is
stop doing it.
still its own dog at all times.
No, I think when you yell at them, you could they could know the difference between like what they did. They knew that something they did was wrong.
No dog I've ever dealt with. Listen to me.
I mean, look.
Yeah, I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm just saying, like even when you throw a stick, like you're throwing a what is it? That stupid game, whatever. It will come back and give it to you. I mean,
Right.
it's not gonna. A human is not gonna be doing that same thing unless they're mentally challenged.
More often than not, when I play fetch with the dog, I end up running to get the stick. So who's the master and who's the dog? And usually it's me.
You're
And I
fetching
don't-
the stick.
Sometimes I have to get the
Wait,
stick.
is the dog throwing it at you, or you
Sometimes
just?
when I throw the tennis ball, the dog just loses interest, and then I have to
Right.
go walk over and get the tennis ball, and then I bring it back to the dog, and I'm like, wait,
I think
reverse, me, dog, me.
no. I think you're depressing the dog. That's what I think. You're doing.
I'm not depressing
No,
the dog.
because if a dog is happy, it's gonna be playing. You might have some type of effect with dogs where they're not gonna be playing with a ball.
Yeah,
because-
he doesn't take them to dog parks.
Yeah, well, that might be true.
All right, fair enough.
Maybe the dog track.
Okay, very good. I feel like we solved this issue.
I feel sorry for that community.
I didn't.
They have
say-
a lot of big issues.
Because I bet
a
you a lot of
big
people
issue.
have dogs there.
Yeah, I bet you they do. It's a
feel
big
like-
problem.
I feel like we solved that issue. Moving on, I'm going to read this letter to the editor in its entirety. because it's beautiful. From the Lima News, where I almost took a job there out of college, to Northwest Ohio.
Oh.
Lima News. Letter to the editor. Headline: Prison could be tourist attraction. I can't say it. Prison could be tourist attraction.
Right.
That brings up a lot of stuff.
How is this not on Jay Leno already?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, look at this headline here. It's like, prison could be tourist attraction.
Well, unless you're Alcatraz or something with
like a
a lot of clout. I just don't think there's a jail in Lima.
Yeah, world's biggest ball of yarn. A prison yard.
Honey, what do you say we go to Lima, Ohio for our honeymoon and check out the prison?
The prison. I'm gonna read this. I love that this starts once again. Because this means this is happening.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Once again, Lima and Allen County are about to lose a chance to enhance our community as a tourist attraction. Instead of considering destroying the old Lima State Hospital / Lima Correctional Institute, we could change it into a tourist attraction and museum / hotel just the way it is. Give tours. Serve food.
What?
Serve food in the old cafeteria.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have that.
You gotta have that. Serve food in the old cafeteria. Use the inside recreation yard as a picnic area. What a place to use as a crime deterrent program, and you can allow people to stay for a day or weekend. So he wants it both to be a crime deterrent and a hotel at the same time. Great. Yeah, and he goes on to say, how can we stand by and allow one of our last great landmarks
That's a great landmark
to be destroyed? Ask the state to turn it over to the Parks Department, and we'll rent it out as a new space from there. Let's use this space for good. What about in addition to the Allen County Jail? There are lots of things to consider before we destroy it.
Wow.
I want to go to that hotel so bad.
I mean, I don't know. Prison hotel.
That
sounds fun.
Prison hotel.
Check-in would be a breeze.
Yeah, right.
You just get off a bus.
You get off a bus. They strip you naked.
And they take all your belongings.
They delouse you.
Yeah, they had the hose.
They have to hose you down.
Yeah, hose you down, right?
They delouse you in front of your entire family.
And you don't get a choice as to which room you get.
You got a cell.
No, they stick you in a room.
Right.
With a toilet next to your bed.
Yeah.
Ease of use.
Yeah, which actually, that's living the dream for a lot of us.
Right.
Yeah, you get up in the middle of the night, you got to take a piss.
You don't have to get up. You can just aim sideways from the bed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's living the dream. I got to say, I'm warming up on the prison hotel.
And I think in the old cafeteria, you could make it kind of old-timey. You could actually have like bologna sandwiches and gruel, and
or Jello.
And Jello and
they could do
salted meat.
They could do performance theater in the old cafeteria where somebody gets shanked every day at lunch.
Right. Oh.
There's a shank stabbing every day at lunch.
Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing as a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
As a tourist in that town, I would be enthralled
to
be in that.
You're gonna get plenty of sleep. Lights out at 10. And that includes everybody.
And there's one TV. There's only one TV in that one room, the recreation room.
Want to get away from it all?
Yeah.
Try our solitary confinement room.
Oh.
What?
Just being in the dark.
That's where a man can really look at his soul.
Yeah, you ever wanted a room you could bounce a rubber ball against the wall for 12 hours,
right.
48 hours, 6 weeks?
And try to maybe escape. Try.
That would be great. Well, some guests could man the sniper tower.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
It would be fun. It would.
And meanwhile, you can interact with all the young punks.
Right.
That
lift weights.
Be great.
That are sent there to learn not to like jail.
It'd be great if half the thing was an actual jail and half of it was a hotel.
Yes.
And like they let the crowds out into the rooms at different times.
It's like, oh no, you can't come in there.
Prison hotel.
The interesting thing, it was a state hospital and
correctional institute.
I've never heard of a hospital being part of a correctional institute.
Well, it might be an asylum, maybe.
Might be an asylum. It could be a nice way of saying asylum.
Well, like you go get for a routine, like you want to get your gallbladder out or something, and
right. You act up.
You're next to all the the thugs and the murderers that are like locked away.
Yeah, I think they meant like sanitary.
Or maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe it's like old prisoners. Like that's why they send the old prisoners.
Well, it could be no. I don't think they usually distinguish by age normally. I just like I can't believe they closed down the old insane asylum. They didn't turn it into a kindergarten.
Oh no!
The kids would love the rubber bouncy room to bounce around in. I love when people think they have the right solution. Like, we'll take an existing sad piece of government property and make it something really exciting.
Yeah, just where somebody got killed.
Yeah,
or numerous people got killed.
Yeah,
we'll just walk over and just say, "Oh, okay."
You could sleep there. And I like how Mike started off with like, who goes? You know where we should go on vacation? Cedar Point. It's an amusement park. Cedar Point's half an hour away. We could go there. No. Let's go stay in the prison.
Yeah.
Let's go sleep in that prison.
In Lima.
I want to see.
I've never heard of Lima until now.
I've heard of Lima.
It's Lima. Well, there's Lima, Ohio, which is like an hour south of Toledo, roughly. And I've been there.
Dude, does this town actually get tourists?
No, that's part of the thing. Is
I would imagine there's probably
because he's
maybe
saying
one
like
tourist a year.
to enhance our. I mean, what else? I wonder have they wanted to enhance?
They might have like a county festival or things like that. I just love that again. The article starts once again.
Yeah,
that means that like something else in the past
That's what
was
I mean.
not used.
What was it like? They shut down like Old Man Henderson's gas station.
Well, I think that is actually the gas station is the main attraction of that town.
That might be. It might be the
several hundred people a year go faster.
I can't believe we're not using Malaria Island as the county fairground.
No.
That was the perfect place for the county fairground. Was Malaria Island. For shame, Chamber of Commerce.
Wow.
Anyway, that's my favorite letter I've ever read in a newspaper.
We got to really look in deep into this because I want to know if it actually
happens. Let's keep tabs. Let's become a running thing.
I have a feeling it didn't.
Yeah, I have a feeling it didn't either.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that prison is actually going to be used again. I think.
Right. It possibly could. I don't know. I could see. You know who uses this? I'll tell you right now. Who actually goes there? It's the high school kids, like prom night, homecoming night. Like they go to the conjugal trailers.
Is that where the prom night is?
Or they have the after party there. Like how kids get hotel rooms the night of prom and stuff like that.
They go to the prison.
The prison.
Yeah.
Very, very, very institutionalized way of.
That's a good way.
It would be used. It would be used ironically. I predict.
Really,
is my thought. Yeah, that's how these things tend to go down. Yeah, I love prison hotel.
I want to get into the prison experience.
I do too.
That's my vacation.
Bellhop warden. Concierge sniper.
Hey, you gotta, I mean, you get free entertainment all day too. You got a guy that like brings books, right to your.
Yeah, you got
and vending machines.
Yeah,
like any hotel or motel.
It's the only hotel where you can get your GED.
Oh yeah,
by mail away. Yeah,
wow.
you can mail in and get your general education.
Yeah, you want to get some education while you're there.
Yep, I think it's a great idea. I think the tourism angles are.
I can't wait.
I think this could make Lima. I don't know. It could make Lima the new. Well, I don't know.
The new
London, the new Paris.
Yeah,
Paris as far as attraction.
I was thinking the new San Francisco.
The new San Francisco. Yeah. Like because Alcatraz in San Francisco. This could be their Alcatraz. Mm-hmm. Only you could stay there for $49 a night, and there's ice machines.
Well, I forgot to tell you, I booked myself with Leper Colony.
Are you going to Leper Colony Hotel
in South America?
In South America. That's very nice.
Can't wait.
Did it cost you an arm and a leg?
Oh,
man! Oh. I can't believe he said it.
Well, actually, it did actually.
It did.
There's a lot of money.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
Medical expenses.
You're like, yeah, it did.
Yeah, the medical insurance there
for Leper Colony.
Yeah.
What's that resort like? Like, is it all inclusive?
No, it's dilapidated. I don't know if
is it falling apart?
I think it is. I think a lot of people.
Does anyone go in the hot tub anymore? No, probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
No. Because there might be like a finger in there.
A lot of limbs there.
Yeah, that's not good.
A lot of smells.
That's not good. But it does have a Senior Frogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I can't. That's gonna be awesome, dude.
Because everywhere has a Senior Frogs. Very good, guys. I think we all agree. Make this happen, Lima, Ohio. We want to go. We'll be there. I'll go there. I'll cover it. I'll go. Finally, we go to a story in Ocala, Florida. Police seek convenience store robber.
It seems like this is a big problem.
Ocala's got its share of problems.
Yeah.
I'll read the lead. His modus operandi is simple. Enter a store and browse a few minutes to make sure the coast is clear. Walk to a cashier and pretend to purchase items or ask for change. Right. Grab some cash and dash for it.
Wow.
This guy, he just grabs money and runs away.
He's a criminal genius.
Well, he's a criminal genius. I'd agree with that completely.
Very simple.
There's no gun.
No.
Why is there no gun?
Well, it seems to me that maybe he's actually, I think he wants to purchase a gun, so he's stealing the money.
He's robbing stores so he can buy a gun.
Robberies,
so he could rob a store with a gun.
Right.
And he'll come back the second time and he'll be like, now who has a gun?
Right, because it goes into banks, Now
he can stop robbing other things, like where they don't open up the register in front of you.
Right.
Good point. Yeah, I love this guy. His modus operandi is basically what anybody does in a store, which is to walk in and look at stuff and buy stuff.
Right.
Like he acts like everybody acts.
Like I want the.
That's a very sophisticated way of just saying, He's a customer.
Yeah, he's a customer who takes money out of the thing.
He's a customer until the final 3 seconds.
Until the final 3 seconds. Yeah.
Right.
I'd agree completely. Also, great thing. I'll provide a link on the story. The the cashiers provided 3 different descriptions of this guy.
Oh, I think it's a gang, man.
If you have 3 different descriptions of a guy, isn't it possible, as Mike pointed out before, it could be 3 different people?
Right. But the police probably wanted to be one guy because
it'd be easier to catch. Right. If they catch one of the 3 guys, they can say they got him.
So it might be a crime syndicate that's going to do this without guns.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. In 2 of the cases, detectives say the robber wore a white T-shirt and blue shorts. In the second robbery, he was reportedly wearing white tennis shoes.
No. Really?
And the last one, blue shorts and no shirt. By the way, no shirt.
No shirt, no service. That's
you
what
would
I thought.
think, but not in Alcala, Florida. You can get into the store,
Wow.
I guess. I don't know. I don't think I like that. So anyway, a criminal genius as far as I'm concerned. I agree with you, Carlos. A man like that will never be caught.
Well, it's so smart because he's, if it's one guy, the genius of just actually wearing something so different, every robbery, it just fools everybody. I can
you know what else?
imagine.
Like this guy's taking it old school because you know what the first thief did? Like back in the days of yore, the first thief. You know what he did?
What?
He just took something and ran away.
Yeah.
Like there was no car, there was no gun, there was no knife. You grabbed something and you just ran away with it.
Yeah, it was no.
Back to basics.
Well, yeah, it's like pickpockets, or like purse nabbers these days. I mean, I think that.
But this guy doesn't even do that in a way.
Right, but this guy, it's the old. You're watching me take this. Like those guys are deceptive. This is like you're watching me take this. Now chase after me.
And there's no stealth.
There's no convenience store clerk who's gonna run after somebody with $30.
Well, you got to climb over the
thing, and then
the counter.
You'll probably be sweating after 10 seconds because you're all out of shape and everything.
No, it's not
like that. That's a chase I would love to watch, but it will never.
That's not gonna happen.
Ever happen. So anyway, kicking it old school, going back, the old grab and run.
I want to see, because you'd like to see that in a way, because it's almost like it's very down to the basics where you actually want, maybe the guy to see. He's like almost like a Robin Hood.
People are cheering for him. Like when you're behind somebody in the line in the grocery, you're kind of like, I hope he grabs the money out and runs.
Well, because he probably gives it back to the community.
He possibly, or he buys a crack, one or the other.
One or the other. Well, either way, it's the same thing.
I had this friend, and I used to tell him because he ran track. I used to say, if you took my wallet and ran away from me, I could never catch you.
No,
like it would just be, it would be futile for me to try.
And where do you think he is now?
I don't know.
Do you think he moved to?
Probably in prison. He could be in Acala, Florida right now.
Do you think he moved to Acala, Florida?
Maybe he took my
like the
advice.
light bulb went off and he's like, oh yeah.
Very possible. Very possible.
Well, maybe he went to Lima.
I agree. I think we can all agree this man will never be caught.
No.
Because the level of genius and sophistication.
Jack the Ripper? No. Zodiac? No.
I have one little side thought.
Yep.
No shirt, no service or whatever.
Right.
It's a common rule. I had jury duty this week, and I had to go to the Torrance courthouse.
Uh-oh.
And when I walked into the cafeteria, there was a sign that said "No shirt, no service."
In a courthouse?
And I'm like, who in a courthouse is not going to have
Judge Henderson? I'm not wearing a shirt this week.
Because you have to get into the courthouse. You have to go through metal detectors and everything. So what do? Like, when you get in the courthouse, like, does some juror just say, I'm going to take off my shoes and shirt and go to the cafeteria?
No, I'm saying it's the judge. Because it's got to be the judge.
Well, the jury, if they want to get out of jury duty, they will do that.
No, but you take that robe off, and what do you think's underneath there? A man in shorts.
Man in shorts.
Right, a man in shorts is underneath that
and
robe.
his garter socks.
A series of judges that try to go.
I think some judge takes off his robe.
Service.
Right, and he's just his pants. And it's the judge. What are you going to do? Tell him no?
No.
You have to put up a sign to prevent the judge from... Yeah.
Dude, that guy, he judges everybody.
He judges everybody.
He's the guy that, he could thumbs up, thumbs down. He could kill anybody.
Right. He could make your life hell.
Exactly.
So if he wants to walk through the line with no shirt on and there's no sign, who he knows the law. But if there's a sign, the clerk can tap on it with his finger and go tap, tap, tap. Judge O'Hanrahan, you have to put your shirt on. Even though you take the robe off. All judges are Irish. In my world. All judges are Irish.
All right.
What was your judge's last name?
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah. Was it Irish?
It was a woman. No, she wasn't Irish.
Woman.
Okay. Well, all judges are Irish or women. In fact, my mom, when she would vote, would always vote for the Irish or the woman.
Wow.
Like without even knowing.
The food was the food was pretty mediocre too.
Yeah.
And I kind of looked at the guy and I wanted to say you don't deserve to have that sign up. I mean, if someone came in without a shirt.
So you're saying that shirt, that food, it matches the level of somebody without a shirt on.
Yes, it does.
That's a good point. Now, I'd like to know in the prison hotel, no shirt in the old cafeteria.
To me it would be like eating there at the old,
the old the old cafeteria.
The old cafeteria.
Well,
there's 3 things on the menu, so it's never a hard choice. It's like going in and out. You just know what you're gonna get.
I like the idea of removing clothing based on what you think of what the food is. Just the general idea of like, I was really expecting a 3-star Michelin meal here, and it's crap, so I'm going to take my shoes off. Like, there's something beautiful about that.
Right.
Well, yeah.
It's like the middle finger to everybody.
It is a middle finger. It's like saying this.
It's like F you.
Yeah,
man.
This clam chowder is no shirt horrific.
No, yeah, it's not good.
Horrible. No shirt, horrible.
It sucks.
It's terrible.
I'm taking everything off.
Right, I'm getting nude right now because then everybody in every single like Burger King would be
could be
naked.
at a nice those restaurants that are really upscale and you walk in without a jacket and they're like, perhaps you'll be more comfortable in this, sir.
Right.
And then they hand you the stock jacket,
and it's 3 sizes too big.
Yeah, and what if it was that case, like where the food really wasn't that great, and you're like, you know what?
You should hand them your jacket.
You take off the jacket and you take off the tie.
Right.
And you're like, no, this doesn't merit it.
No, monsieur, you must keep wearing a jacket.
But what if you're like...
But the steak was overcooked and it costs way too much.
So you remove clothing in a restaurant? I do not see.
No, I'm just taking off my jacket.
We insist. We insist you wear the jacket.
I'm going to have the suit without the jacket.
Judge O'Henrahan, you must wear the jacket.
I refuse.
Well, you're not wearing a shirt underneath the jacket is what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. You made the rule. You have to come in with jackets.
You're making a mockery of
I'm saying
your restaurant.
Your food sucks.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Jesus, I'm the chef.
I'll go get the manager.
I'm the chef manager.
Chef manager.
And I agree with you.
What?
100%.
What? I can't believe it.
Take off everything.
Why is everyone against me?
I hate it.
Naked restaurant.
Naked restaurant.
That's the new trend.
Well, yeah, I would go.
No, you know what? Shirt, shoes, no service. Naked restaurant.
Yeah, doesn't work. Yeah, I agree.
I can see that happening. Don't get the hot soup.
No.
At Naked Restaurant. Naked Restaurant have to serve cereal. Have to serve with things you could spill on yourself without scalding your crotch.
Right.
That's true. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Well, nobody has.
Well, I've had cereal fall on my stuff, on
your junk.
Yeah,
you've eaten cereal naked.
No, I've never eaten cereal naked. But you know how you're opening your pajama opens. You know that little wide opening of the buttons.
Yeah, the buttons.
And then
you've had cereal fall in there.
And then my underwear also has buttons on it.
Right.
And then, of course,
you're pouring cereal on your junk.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it on purpose. I just,
it could be an accident.
Give me the circumstance in which this happened.
No, I'm just saying, like, it was my day off. I remember, like, it was, I was in high school.
You were alone. You lit a candle.
Yeah.
You got some cereal out.
No, I didn't. I just went, got to the kitchen, put a bowl of cereal, and went to my room, which was against the rules, house rules, and started eating my cereal, watching my Price is Right or whatever bullshit on. And then, of course, I try to get, reach for the remote, slipped a little, and it, it fell on my junk.
What kind of cereal was it?
It was like Fruit Loops or
I bet it was.
Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch, one of those. That was
no, those are 2 big differences though between those 2.
Well,
because Fruit Loops would have left marks. Like you definitely would have had like multicolored junk.
Yeah.
And Cinnamon Toast Crunch would have hurt from the spices of the cinnamon.
I think it might have been that because it was
Cinnamon
stingy.
Toast Crunch.
It was a little stingy.
Right.
And that's what happened one time. And I had to take a shower. I had to,
you did.
I had to put my clothes in the hamper.
So no, it doesn't.
Take a shower.
Doesn't matter really what food you eat naked. It doesn't feel good.
No, because unless it's fruit, because then you feel natural.
Okay, then it feels good.
Yeah.
So is this like a pattern that you repeated again, where you don't accidentally
really
spill cereal on yourself every now and then?
No, not anymore. I'm careful now.
Okay,
but that time it just happened to be
That's a 1 in a million shot.
Yeah, it was.
You would almost think you wanted it to happen.
No, I didn't want it.
Sure?
No.
Because I'm just saying it's a 1 in a million shot.
It was cold milk. It's cold.
That's true. Yeah, and that's stinky too. That'll give you milk.
Like I said, I had to take a shower. I was gonna just change my underwear, and I said,
I would love to. Not that I would ever want to see you shower, but I want to see the shower where like cereal is falling off you into the like just the shot of the drain. You know what I mean? It's just like there's just like a Fruity Pebbles. Cornflakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I want a sliced banana.
Right.
A spoon
whole thing.
falls down there. A bowl. Like,
Raisin bran.
How did all that get in your pants?
It happens. It does.
The bowl of sugar.
The bowl of sugar.
The
brown sugar.
The whole pitcher of orange juice.
Yeah. Oh, it's Eggos. Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah. That's
You
that's very exciting. It's almost as exciting as when Mike had sex with a pillow.
Oh, I that you can never beat that.
You can't beat that. Very good. Very good.
still think he had sex though.
Well, yes. That was his was intentional, whereas yours was accidentally erotic.
Right.
It was like found eroticism.
Yeah.
If it can be considered erotic, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Whatever.
Oh, God. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, very good. I feel like we really got into the issues today.
We did.
Dog park. Good. Prison hotel. Very good. And finally,
mystery genius,
the genius robber, and also as a bonus, your cereal,
my crunch,
your crunch crotch.
Yes, my crunch.
Carlos's crunch crotch. Very good, guys. All right, well, I don't know. What do you guys think? It's a little bit different this week.
I kind of want to call the county sheriff's department.
Yeah.
In that county and just be like, you're looking for 3 different guys.
That'd be great.
Right.
It's kind of like the theory on the what do you call it, the Zodiac, that it's actually like a bunch of people.
Like it's a whole cult.
It's a whole
Mike,
cult, yeah.
If we want to make that call, I say we do it and we record it.
Yeah.
We play it on next week's podcast.
I'll make the call.
All right.
I can't wait for the
We're gonna help.
updates.
We're gonna help these guys out.
I can't wait for the updates.
Yeah, maybe we'll shoot them a very helpful email, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll update these stories every week. With no. This is an occasional feature. Every once in a while, when we have a column that is just unpodcastable,
Right.
we're gonna do different features
Because
like this.
it's a good deal. It's a good deal because I think a good idea that the small town needs a big voice,
And we are that voice.
Yes.
Thousands of miles away.
right.
Completely removed. We have complete objectivity.
Because
Which
it's
is
America, buddy.
Which is great. So if you've got a headline, send it in.
Send
to
it
the
in.
Second Column Podcast.
Around the world, for all I mean. Yeah.
Great. All right, guys. Very good. Thanks for indulging me in this experimental podcast.
Very experimental.
I feel like we got somewhere. I feel like we started at 0 and got to cereal in your crotch.
Yeah.
Which is, I call that a successful podcast.
You know what? I think it is.
Okay, I think it is too.
It makes sense. All of it.
All right, very good. Okay, well, I'd say catch up with us next week. I'm pretty sure we'll have Sean Kearney back next week.
We will.
And we'll be discussing a real column that will be discussable. That won't be something I wrote just to try to sell to a newspaper, so it was hard to do a podcast off of. And that'll be that. We look forward to talking with you next week.
That's all for this episode of The Second Column. For more information, go to joedonatelli.com.